So you guys did give some good takes last week on some fantasy stuff, right? And I do want us to become the go-to people for the fantasy world, right? So let's go back to the question that we did last week. Fantasy tips.
What's that?
Before I show, what are your tips for fantasy as things are getting closer?
In the words of the great G5,
Do your homework.
do your homework.
Do your fucking homework, nigga.
That clip was mad funny to me. He said, "Yo, do your homework."
So, yo, do you want to? G, are you gonna elaborate? Do you want to elaborate? Because I got a couple things that I can say.
I did elaborate. I felt like I elaborated.
You said follow. You said follow random people on Twitter. He was like, yo, wait, who are the people? Who are the people?
I can't give all the sauce, though. I can't give all the sauce.
It's not about that. It's about what are you looking for those people to like? What is the insight you're looking for? Like, what are things that you look for
exactly
when you're talking about drafting a player, or even if you're following somebody? Like, what information are you trying to get from them? Like, what are the things that you focus on?
All right, Rec. Even though Rec is asking me these questions to be a Potter because he knows exactly what I'm talking about, but you need to be.
You know, Rec's doing that thing.
No, he's doing his job. He's doing a great job.
So, shut up, Lopes.
Jeez, damn, I'm just a chill guy.
It's like saying study for the test.
I'm just a chill guy.
Now you passed the test, study.
I'm really just a chill guy.
What are you studying? What are you looking at?
Scratch that. I'm sorry I said that to you. You're looking for updates before they drop on ESPN. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to be following these Twitter accounts that are going to tell you what happens at least a few minutes before that shit pops off to the public. If you really want the drop, DM me, and I'll give you the real drop. But we ain't gonna.
You shenanigans. Rec, keep it a buck. Rec, you do your thing, bro, because he's chatting.
Most people. I agree with this, but this is more. That feels like more like advice for the season.
Yes.
Like when you're like, we're talking about like most people by the time the draft comes out, like they're gonna have the information as far as like injuries and stuff, like breaking news. But I'm saying like if you were gonna look at a player to draft in fantasy, like there's two things that I look for myself. Is I look for the situation that they're in. Well, there's three things. I look at coordinator changes.
Yeah.
I look at if there's an offensive coordinator change. And the way that the coordinators use people, or even like coaching changes, somebody go into a team that the coaching strategy might benefit them more. So like, for example, like Evan Ingram, probably like a mid-tier, like top 5, top 10 tight end, right? Like upper. He's to me. He went to Denver.
He's top 10 off of usage. It's all usage, but yeah.
So Sean Payton has a history of utilizing players like that with like unique skill sets. He's a smaller tight end. He's a little bit faster. He's more like a wide receiver hybrid. He has history utilizing players like that. So like, I'll be perfectly fine if I miss out on whoever I'm targeting, or if like, you know, shit happens during the draft. I'm perfectly fine with taking him because I'm expecting him to have a big year based off of the strategy that his team's going on. Second thing is you got to look at like the backup players that get signed to teams. Like you got to look at like the depth chart of the team. So you pick somebody, you got to know who the backup is. You got to know like the depth. You got to look at that to kind of figure out like if it's going to be like, you might draft a running back who was a clear workhorse and then they signed a backup. So like, here's an example: Chuba Hubbard, Carolina. He was running back last year. They had Jonathan Brooks. He got hurt. Chuba was the main guy. They signed Rico Dowdle from Dallas. So like, how much are they going to use him? Because he was a productive player in his time. That type of thing. And then number 3 is the schedule, bro. You got to look at the schedule. You got to look at how many like there's certain plays. Bijan Robinson, for example, Atlanta has a great schedule this year. I think they play the most games indoors out of all teams. So you're gonna have like perfect scenarios where like weather wise, you look at players like that where they're gonna be, and then you also look at like that same fact. You can put that into quarterbacks, like who plays inside the most, like things like that. You can look at players.
Do you take into account buys?
Bye week is more so like I wouldn't adjust my entire strategy based off bye weeks because it's just 1 week. I'm not going to take a player that I don't want to take over somebody who I do because I have to worry about week 12, both of them on bye. But you do have to kind of consider it as more so when you're looking at if you were to draft like a second quarterback or a second tight end specifically for the bye week, you got to make sure that they're not on bye the week. Like, let's say you drafted like Trey McBride as your tight end and you have to draft him in the second round because he's one of the elite tight ends. If you were going to draft somebody in like the 14th round as like a backup tight end, like maybe like a Bretton Strange or something, you have to make sure that he's not on bye week the same week as McBride. That's the only thing. It's more so like that because obviously like that would be no benefit to you.
100%. So Jules, now what's your answer to the question? So I think Rec made a good point of the difference between in season and like post, like pre-draft. So like, what do people need to do pre-draft? What's that homework?
Pre-draft homework. Honestly, go back, see how there might be a decline on some players from last year's stats. There could be a decline from them, but you go back, see have an idea of what that person did last year. And then you would, just like similar to what Rex said, you put that together with the coaching changes, the coordinator changes, like I stated last week. Thanks, Rex, for that. You just put that together with what's going on this year. If there's like how the depth is going over there, like honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Patriots wide receivers, we don't know who the money man is gonna be yet. We don't know yet.
I get it. We have no idea.
We have no idea who the money man is gonna be there,
or if there's gonna even be one.
It's that part too. Super that part too. You want to go like right now? There's question with Terry over there in Washington. So go look who's the second string.
The second string, and then he'll step up for the one.
Second string.
So you trying to steal stuff?
You have in fantasy. You have to.
You trying to steal stuff?
No. Is that a? I think that's a great like perspective, right? Because it's like the top guys, right? But it's like who are the sleepers? Like so, G, like what is your thought process on sleepers? Like how do you find those sleepers in the draft?
Homework.
Twitter.
Yeah, you got the sleepers.
You got. So a lot of people will follow Twitter accounts for their fantasy, and they all follow the same, like very, like I would say generic, just like hey, the guys that post. Yeah. That's like you need to get in depth with that shit. Like if there's a certain player that you're targeting to, like you need to find these beat writers that are like telling you what's going on in camp about them. Like, you know what I mean? You got to get granular with this shit. So this is why I always come back to Twitter, because that's where you're going to find all of this information. There's really nowhere else you're going to find this shit. So
speaking of Twitter, this is what end the fantasy segment on this. So this was just let
me take a picture of this.
I disagree. So what are your thoughts? I already disagree with this bad. Like I disagree with round one.
I disagree.
Okay.
So how you got the number one running back, number 6, bro, in round one?
Jahmyr Gibbs is not. I don't know.
How you got running back 1 from last year, number 6, bro?
Because Monty is fully healthy, and they're trying to tell y'all
like they lost their coordinator.
Regress. Yeah, he's gonna regress.
Yeah, okay. but that's why
this is for PPR league too, by the way. What are y'all thoughts in PPR league?
Full PPR.
Yeah. What are y'all thoughts? Do you running back versus wide receiver? I feel like that's always the question, right? Like, do you?
If you're full point PPR, you got to prioritize the elite wide receivers, bro.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, you do.
What up, Stan?
You still need running back, but you want running backs that catch passes too.
Yep, out the backfield.
So, but like you're better off with having 3 elite receivers than having 3 elite running backs in PPR, obviously.
For sure.
So besides that, what else did you guys find interesting with this?
So we're taking Genty over Bucky Irvin. That's what we're doing.
Usage.
I mean,
usage, bro.
I don't know, bro. Is that wait? Where round are you looking at? Where round are you looking at?
Round 2. Genty's going. They got Genty going in round 2. They got Bucky Irvin going round 3.
See, the thing about Bucky Irvin, bro.
They got Alvin Kamara in round 3. Nah, he's not going to like round 5.
Yo, JSN.
Because you gotta understand, like, there is like a so like look at that Kamara Walker, Cook, and Hall. Look at that, right? Now try to find the next running back, bro. After that little group.
Yeah, it gets slow.
Calvin.
Where is it? I don't even see him. DeAndre Swift,
it's-
round 5.
Yep.
DeAndre Swift. Yeah.
Travion Henderson,
You know what I mean?
Chuba, James Conner.
It gets nasty. It gets nasty after that group. And you could probably say, like, I wouldn't like Kamara, Walker, Cook, Hall. Like, I'm not gonna like my jaw's not dropping if somebody picks any of those dudes ahead of any of the other 4 of them. But like, so like that could be Kamara and switch with Ken Walker and Cook or whatever. If Cook figures out his situation,
there's gonna be people like me and G who are gonna reach because they want the specific players that we want. We're gonna reach. Rec, you too.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck.
We've done our share of reaching.
Yo, they got Ingram in the 6th round. That's crazy. I was just talking about Ingram. Maybe that's why they did it. Maybe they did it real time.
Yo, bro, you should shut up because this pod's not gonna do good for you. We in the same fantasy league as you, bro. So
no, I don't. But that's the thing. I be doing mock drafts with the same. I did a mock draft with Jose yesterday, bro.
And how that turned out?
Because y'all are weirdos. Y'all are weirdos, bro.
Nah, having a mock draft with another man is crazy.
It's nasty work.
You mean who am I supposed to have it with?
It might be worse than the movies.
What you mean?
Nah, that's definitely worse than the movie.
Yeah, having a mock draft.
You're
like, yo, at 6 o'clock, you try to link up for this mock draft is crazy.
Yo,
that's
nasty.
It's not nasty. It's not nasty at all. It's very, dedication, bro, to this shit.
It's very nasty.
No, that's a fantasy freak off. We out of here.
Nah, yeah. Subject done. On to the next subject. Fantasy football segment is over. We are complete.